Well, hello again, and welcome back to another episode of Sunday League Struggles. This week, we're in the County Cup again. That game where we won the penalty shootout last round, and I saved 2 of them. And this week, it was the quarter-final away at a team called Maiden Vale. Maiden Vale playing somewhere in southwest London. I mean, that's all I know, really. But this team that we were playing had won all 10 of their league games this year, and they were facing a side who had been unbeaten for the entire season so far. In terms of the team use, it was the same team that had faced Banter in the last round, hence why I've left the title versus Banter Central, because the team hasn't really changed other than the substitutes. I mean, there's always going to be errors. I mean, I'm in goal, for one. So our host kicked us off, and we took the lead pretty early on as Sean played the ball forward and Matty couldn't get it under control, but Chris could, and then Chris flicked it on for Matty to run onto and play it across the box for Badger to put into the net, and to make it 1-0 to us after only 5 minutes in the game. And pretty much a carbon copy move of the first goal. Chris played it down the line for Matty, and his ball across the box found Badger, but unfortunately his header just went wide. I mean, the link-up play between those three seems to be amazing, and I feel like every goal that they're going to score together is going to be even better than the previous one. You know that saying with goalkeepers that they can make a difficult save look easy? Now, I don't understand how I made an easy save look difficult, as their player shot across goal. It was a P-roller, and I managed to spill it over my body, and it was heading towards the net, and thankfully I got it at the second attempt. But I still don't know how I did that, and I'm recording this a few days later. We got another chance a few minutes later, and Levi managed to play Matty down the line, and Matty had so much space on that right hand side, and he played it across goal for Chris to slot home. If he actually connected with the ball, he would have done. I mean, if you thought that miss was bad, you better wait to see what's coming up after this. Their number 10 did get 2 chances, and the first shot was blocked by Sean, and it came back to the number 10, and he turned and then fired it over. I mean, at this point, I was thinking, I'm not really going to have to make a save, am I? But the reason I actually was standing there was because I thought it was a corner, and the referee had given a goal kick, and I only realised about 5 minutes later. And we also found out that playing on a difficult surface like this, where there was actually more mud than grass, I mean, tackles were going to be flying in, and so the case proved. Although I still can't work out why the free kick was given against Miles here. As I was saying earlier, I mean, what point of the game was I actually going to make a save? Because obviously I haven't really faced that many shots to save this season. I mean, it was a good time to do it then.
Whoa, Chris!
It was fairly average. The resulting corner saw one of the worst attempts at diving ever. And the resulting counter-attack from that corner saw Badger play Matty through, and I think he tried to pass it across goal, but it ended up hitting the post and went away from Chris, which meant it was another chance that we couldn't take advantage of. And as I said earlier about Chris's miss, and there was going to be a few more bad ones, Badger managed to round the keeper, hold up the ball, play across goal, and then Levi came running in to fire it over the bar. I mean, there's still another one to watch as well later. Then we had some good hold-up play from Badger in the centre of the pitch, and then he slid the ball through to Matty on the wing, and Matty fired it into the top corner to make it 2-0, and give us a bit more of a comfortable lead going into half-time. Now, I wanted to point out, I don't know how many passes Badger and Matty played between themselves on Sunday, but I have a feeling it could be 3 figures because it was that many. But we did go into the half-time 2-0 up, and I was very happy with that. Our performance was pretty good. Defensively, we were pretty sound, and attacking-wise, I mean, we were creating a lot of chances, so I had a good, confident feeling in the second half we were going to fire a few more past this team. And so Badger kicks us off for the second half. So at half-time, Lawson came off for Levi, and he was involved in the first move of the second half as he played it down the line for Badger, who found a lot of space on the wing once again to play it across the box, and Lawson then fired it wide when it looked easier to score. And at the moment, this was now the 3rd chance in front of goal that we had missed. I mean, if this happened to you on FIFA or Football Manager, you're 99% more likely to go and lose this game now. And if that wasn't enough to whet your appetite, Matty was then denied by a fantastic save from the keeper, which made it now 4 times that we had been denied in front of goal. And also Badger would have been on 4 assists as well, but he only had the 1 to show for the game so far. Nothing really happened in the 15 minutes after that, and we did win a corner in the 64th minute, and the ball managed to find his way to Lawson on the edge of the box, and his shot then found Julian in the box, and he turned and shot past the keeper, which the camera just about managed to see. And that gave us a 3-0 lead, and it pretty much gave us 1 step into the semi-final. But you can't really complete a full Sunday League game without a bit of handbags, and Matty was involved, and unfortunately the referee had to forcibly send him off, sending him off in this term being, yeah, just get him off the pitch because I don't want him playing or something like that, so he had to get subbed off for Levi. But Maiden Vale did probably use that as motivation to get back into the game, and they pulled a goal back, even though you can't really see it, and the ball slid on the powers, and their striker put it in the bottom corner past me. I mean, I couldn't even see the ball until it was in the net, so there's not really much I could have done with that. And it was probably a bit more worrying that they pulled another goal back a few minutes later, and their number 10 put a ball into the box, and one of their players managed to get a toe onto the ball to divert it past me, even though I had made the decision that I was going to catch it. I mean, I shouldn't have made that decision now I think about it. But probably one of the goals of the season in this series so far, and Bradley played the ball to Lawson, and under pressure from nearly 4 Maiden Vale players, he managed to beat them all and run through on goal, and showed the composure to fire it past the keeper. I mean, I would go as far as saying that is probably the best goal I've seen this season. But obviously we don't make it easy for ourselves, and then Maiden Vale pulled another goal back, and the ball pinballed around the box. One of their players then hit the bar, and it came to another one of their midfielders or strikers, who then headed it past Julian on the line, who could only get a foot to it, and it went into the net. So 4-3 with 10 minutes left, and if we drew this game we'd go to penalties, so we pretty much had won anyway. But yeah, this week's camera problem was that I forgot to delete some of the footage on the camera, so we actually ran out of memory going into injury time. But thankfully nothing else really happened, and we ended up winning the game 4-3, which sends us into a semi-final against Paris Saint-Germain, who we're already playing another semi-final against, who are in our league. So, I mean, that makes it quite interesting that we're going to have to play them 4 times in the space of 2 months now. But I don't know if we'll be recording next week, because I want to focus on the more important games this season, as we're in 2 semi-finals and 1 quarter-final. So, whenever the next episode is, I'll upload it. But thank you again for watching. Make sure you drop a like on the episode if you've enjoyed it again, and or just drop a like on the save that I made. I would.
We're gonna play football, soccer, football, soccer, football, soccer, all around the world. Football, soccer, football, soccer, football, soccer, the greatest game of all.